At this point, we're about 2 weeks into NBA free agency, and the dust has mostly settled in terms of major free agency moves. The Knicks have had a pretty quiet offseason. They didn't have any draft picks, so they didn't pick anybody. They traded Obi Toppin for almost nothing, and the only free agency pickup they really made was Dante DiVincenzo. They don't have any major prospects out there in Summer League. The only notable player they really have for their Summer League team is Trevor Kills, who they took in the second round of last year. And so far in Summer League, he's been killing it. Hold on, let me read off his stat line. Drum roll, please. Trevor Kills had a whopping 2 points in the first Summer League game, and then he followed it up with 8 points in the second Summer League game. So it's safe to say that his development has been going swimmingly. But on a serious note, the Knicks Summer League team stinks. So needless to say, this has been a pretty uneventful offseason. But that doesn't mean that there aren't more moves that should be made. After trading Obi Toppin, the Knicks could use some more size. They did pick up Dante, but he's only 6'5". So if Julius Randle was to go down with injury, then the Knicks would be in trouble. So in this video, let's look at 5 free agents that are still available that can help out New York. The first player I'm going to discuss on this list is PJ Washington. He's coming off a career year in Charlotte where he averaged 16 points per game. He's a versatile defender, a solid 3-point shooter, 35% from deep last year, and he's also a player that can create his own shot. He's a good player, but he's also a restricted free agent, so Charlotte has ultimate control over him. But at this point, both PJ and the Hornets have been unable to agree to a contract extension, and with the Hornets bringing back Miles Bridges, PJ Washington is now a lot more expendable. Maybe the Knicks can trade Evan Fournier along with a first-round pick and get Charlotte to agree to a sign and trade to bring PJ Washington over to the Big Apple. And if they were to pick up PJ, not only would he be a really nice backup four, but he also could be somebody that could step up and really hold it down as a starting four if Julius Randle was to get hurt. The next player we're going to discuss is Christian Wood. He's probably the most talented player that's left on the free agency market. He's a 6'10" big that can handle the rock, that can shoot the rock, and that can finish at the rim at a really high level. He's coming off a season where he averaged 16 points per game, and he even averaged 21 points per game for the Rockets a couple years ago. But in spite of the fact that he's really talented offensively, he's got some serious holes in his game. He's a really poor defender, which is the main reason why Dallas had him coming off the bench last season. Now, a player that's a poor defender sounds like a recipe for disaster in Thibodeau's system, because we all know that if you're a role player that doesn't play defense, Thibodeau will have you riding the bench. Just ask Evan Fournier. But hopefully he's matured and humbled after going 2 weeks without anybody picking him up. And if Christian Wood is willing to buy in on a defensive end, then he could be an amazing backup player for the Knicks, considering the fact that he's a threat to go off for 20 points on any given night. The next player on this list we're going to discuss is Bol Bol. Bol Bol is very similar to Christian Wood in the sense that he's very skilled offensively for a big, but he's also very flawed. And to an even higher extent, if you go watch his highlight reel, you're going to see some incredible plays that you rarely see from a 7-footer. He's over 7 feet tall, yet he can handle the rock, he can shoot the rock, he can get to the basket. But for every amazing highlight, there's also plenty of lowlights where he's turning the ball over, he's taking really bad shots, and he's playing really crappy defense. Now again, a player like this sounds like a player that would end up in Thibodeau's doghouse, but hopefully he's humbled and matured after getting cut by Orlando, and if he's willing to buy in on a defensive end, then he could not only revive his career, but he could be a really good backup power forward for the Knicks. The fourth player I'm going to discuss on this list is Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson should be a very familiar name to Knicks fans. The Brooklyn native played for the Knicks for 3 seasons, and he was a legit contributor on that New York Knicks team that made the playoffs back in 2021 as the 4 seed. Now, he's a bit long in the tooth, he is 38 years old, and I don't expect him to play a major role, but he's still someone that can play 10 to 15 minutes a night, play some solid defense and rebound, while also being able to hit the occasional 3-pointer. Not only that, he also could be a veteran presence and provide mentorship to some of the young players on the team like Jericho Sims. And after losing Derrick Rose, it would make sense for the Knicks to add another veteran locker room presence. The last player we're going to discuss on this list is Jerami Green. Jerami Green is a 6'9" power forward that last played for the Golden State Warriors. And like Taj Gibson, he wouldn't play a major role, but he still could give the Knicks a solid 15 minutes a night. He could rebound, he could defend, and he's a legit floor spacing big. He knocked down 38% of his threes last season. So for the veteran minimum, Jerami Green would be a pretty solid pickup. Do you like any of the 5 free agents that were mentioned in this video? Were there any other players that weren't mentioned that you would like to see the Knicks pick up? Let me know down below in the comment section. Guys, I just launched my online store. I've got More Hoops branded hats, t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and plenty of other products. To get to the online store, just go to the description box below and cop yourself some More Hoops merch. Buy within the next 14 days and get 15% off. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video. The Knicks Summer League team plays again on Wednesday against Orlando, and hopefully they can show some signs of life. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next video.